Everyone you trust is secretly sabotaging your real goals? Right now, someone whose opinion matters is shaping your choices without you realizing it. Not through force or manipulation, but through something far more powerful, the simple need to be seen as good. Validation seeking isn't weakness. It's a hijacked survival instinct. Your brain evolved to care about belonging, and that's brilliant. But in today's world, that same instinct has become a trap. You make decisions not based on what you actually want, but on what gets nods of approval. Your career choices, your relationships, your creative ambitions, all quietly redirected by invisible hands. And the cruelest part? You think it's your own thinking. By the end of this, you'll see exactly how this trap works and, more importantly, how to escape it. Let's start with a concrete example. Sarah's a talented designer. At 32, she has the skills to launch her own agency. But she hasn't. Instead, she stays at a corporate job where she gets regular praise, consistent paychecks, and the quiet approval of her family. When asked why she doesn't start her own thing, she says she's waiting for the right time. The truth is deeper. Starting a business is risky. Failure is visible. And visible failure means losing the validation she's built. So she stays, and her real dream collects dust. This isn't laziness. This is validation seeking at work. Your brain has learned that approval feels safe. So it subtly steers you toward decisions that guarantee it. You choose the major your parents will respect over the one that excites you. You stay in a relationship that's comfortable rather than passionate because leaving invites judgment. You post the curated version of your life instead of the real one. Every choice is filtered through a single question: will this get me approval? And when that becomes your decision-making algorithm, authentic choice disappears. Here's where it gets scientific. When you receive approval, a like, a compliment, recognition, your brain releases dopamine. The same neurotransmitter involved in addiction. This isn't poetic language. This is literal brain chemistry. A 2016 UCLA study showed that when teenagers saw their own photos getting likes on social media, the reward centers in their brains lit up identically to winning money or eating chocolate. Your ancient survival brain doesn't distinguish between being praised by your tribe around a campfire and being liked by strangers online. Both trigger the same neural pathway. Both feel like survival. Over time, this creates a feedback loop. You do something, you get approval, your brain rewards you. So you do more of that thing. But here's the trap: the approval isn't reinforcing authentic behavior. It's reinforcing performance. You're being rewarded for being who others want you to be, not who you are. The more you chase it, the more your actual self recedes. It's like chasing a mirage. The thirst only grows. Let me show you the 3 most insidious ways this trap operates. First, goal erosion. You set a real goal, write a book, learn an instrument, build a business. But the moment it becomes unpopular or risky, you abandon it. Not consciously. It just quietly slips off your priority list. A writer I know spent 5 years writing a novel that made her happy. But it wasn't getting external validation until published. Meanwhile, shorter projects that got immediate feedback got all her energy. The novel never finished. Second, identity fragmentation. You develop different versions of yourself for different audiences. The ambitious you at work. The humble you at home. The rebellious you with friends. Each performance earns its own validation. But none of them is fully you. Over time, you lose track of who you actually are beneath the masks. Third, opportunity cost blindness. While you're managing others' opinions, you're invisible to opportunities that require being authentically unconventional. Inventors, artists, entrepreneurs, the people who changed the world weren't optimizing for external approval. They were willing to be wrong in public, to be misunderstood, to be alone in their vision. Every moment you spend managing your image is a moment not spent building something real. There's a cruel irony in the validation trap. The harder you chase approval, the less you're likely to get it. Humans have a sixth sense for inauthenticity. When someone's playing a role, performing rather than being, we feel it. It triggers distrust. So the validation seeker faces a paradox: the behavior designed to earn approval actually repels it. People respect authenticity. They're drawn to those who know who they are and stand by it. Meanwhile, the approval chaser comes across as hollow, desperate, inauthentic. This creates a vicious cycle. You seek approval, but your seeking reads as weakness. So you get less genuine connection, not more. You compensate by seeking more approval, which makes you seem more desperate, which pushes people away further. A middle manager I knew was obsessed with being liked by his team. He never made hard decisions. He bent rules. He laughed at jokes that weren't funny. His team didn't respect him. They walked all over him. Then he was fired. The irony: the moment he stopped caring about approval was when he finally would have earned it. But by then he was gone. The backfire is merciless. Breaking free requires 3 concrete moves. First, external audits. List the major decisions in your life right now. Your job, your relationships, your projects. For each one, ask ruthlessly: did I choose this because I genuinely want it, or because someone else approves of it? Be honest. The job you keep because your parents would be disappointed if you left. A hobby you dropped because friends mocked it. The dream you shelved because it seemed risky to others. Name them. Second, small rebellions. Start saying no to things that don't align with what you actually want. Skip the event you don't want to attend. Admit your real opinion instead of the safe one. These small acts retrain your brain. You realize that disapproval doesn't kill you. This is crucial. Third, build an internal scorecard. Stop measuring success by external metrics, likes, promotions, approval. Instead, measure by internal alignment. Did you act in a way that matches your values? Did you do something that scared you because it mattered? Did you create something you're proud of? These are the only scores that matter. The final piece: surround yourself with people who validate authenticity, not performance. People who respect you more when you disagree than when you agree. These 3 moves are unglamorous. They won't make you popular, but they'll make you free. Let's look at 3 real stories. James was a talented software engineer who wanted to build tools for nonprofits. But his parents were impressed by corporate salaries. His friends all worked at tech giants. So he stayed at a 6-figure job he hated for 8 years. By the time he left, he'd lost his appetite for the work that mattered to him. The validation had cost him the only thing it should have protected: his own respect. Then there's Maya. She was a dancer who gave up performing to become a financial analyst because it was more respectable. Her family was proud. Colleagues respected the career. But at 41, she felt like a ghost. The approvals had been worth nothing. She left the field, started dancing again, and took a pay cut. But for the first time in 2 decades, she felt alive. Finally, consider the social media era. Millions of young people are building their identities not around genuine interests but around what gets engagement. They're optimizing for the algorithm. The result, a generation with unprecedented rates of anxiety and depression despite unprecedented connectivity. The validation they're chasing isn't making them happy. It's making them hollow. These aren't edge cases. These are patterns. And if you're breathing, you're in one of them. You came here because some part of you felt trapped. That instinct is right. The validation trap is real and it's expensive. But here's what matters: you can break it. Not by becoming selfish or burning bridges, but by realigning your decision-making toward what actually matters to you. Your worth isn't determined by external approval. It never was. The most fulfilled people I've met aren't the most praised. They're the ones who stopped asking permission. They built something they believed in. They said things they meant. They walked away from what didn't serve them. They faced disapproval and survived. You can do the same thing. Start small. Question one major decision this week. Make one choice for yourself instead of for approval. Notice what happens. It won't be easy. But unlike chasing validation forever, it actually works. The freedom you're looking for isn't in more approval. It's in needing less of it. You came here because some part of you felt trapped. That instinct is right. The validation trap is real and it's expensive. But here's what matters: you can break it. Not by becoming selfish or burning bridges, but by realigning your decision-making toward what actually matters to you. The most fulfilled people aren't the most praised. They're the ones who stopped asking permission. Start small. Question one major decision this week. Make one choice for yourself instead of for approval. The freedom you're looking for isn't in more approval. It's in needing less of it. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and follow Mind Architect. See you in the next one.